and Sori.
That's Booby.
Vita and Chip and Culpy.
Mastodon. Have we done any Mastodon before?
I was going to ask you the same thing. I don't think so.
I don't think we've done any Mastodon yet.
But then at the same time, it kind of seems like a little bit familiar, so I'm not sure. If you, while you're looking that up, if you guys want to see behind the scenes what goes on around our place, I'm about to upload the kids opening their Christmas presents, and you'll get to see their reactions. That is on My Story Life. If you want to see the firesides or the political stuff, that's on his channel, Middle America with Vin and Sori. So
this is
it's in the description.
This is the first ever. We've never done this one before.
Okay, we've never done
apparently, this band did something for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So, what alliance pick was this? What Patreon group was this?
I think it was Sin and Glory. Nope, the Epic Underground.
Epic Underground. Okay.
And they must have a lot of people. I feel like they come up a lot.
Yeah, they've got a pretty.
Yeah, if you donate on
They've got
Patreon,
a pretty good crew.
Like $1, you can get put in like a groups, and then you can help choose which songs get bumped. Two songs out of all the 14 songs we do a week come from patrons. So if you're like, oh, I really want them to do this song, that's a good way to get it done. So anyway, all right, you ready?
Yeah. The Epic Underground. Well, some of the last couple ones that the Patreon folks have selected have been pretty, like, there are very few things that work exactly the way that you theorize that they're going to work.
I know.
And so, like, you have main stage and then you have underground. You go, okay, underground, like, it's bands that wouldn't get a hearing, blah, 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 blah. But then even within that, we've got 87,000 people. So, there's so many subgenres and niche genres and whatever that eventually when we get the time, because I really do want to actually do this because I'm curious. There's a song that's like an hour long. It's one song, it's an hour long. And so we already told them that we weren't going to do it, but it's something that I'd like to accomplish.
We're not committing. We're trying to get ahead.
Well, yeah. I already told the guy no.
Yeah.
So, but it's something in the back of my head. But it's a patron person that brought it to my attention, which I don't even think a regular underground they wouldn't even try.
Right.
So, it's cool. It's working, and so hopefully,
Yep.
It continues to work. But I think it will. All right. What is this now? Mastodon. The name of the song is Roots Remain.
Roots Remain.
All right, let's do it. Well, start it over. I didn't even have my headphones in.
It was nothing. It was just
I don't care. I want to hear it right from the beginning. Huh?
Go. That's it.
Still wanted to hear it. Have to hear the whole song. Stop woman-splaining me.
I'll stop talking when I'm trying to start it. We did these people before.
No, we didn't.
I am fully sure that we did.
We did.
We did.
We didn't.
We did.
I just checked our entire catalog.
You must be missing something because I remember doing the thumbnail because I remember hooking both of those hooks at the beginning and end of their names on our heads. Or something like that. I think it was this one, Clandestiny.
No.
We didn't do that one?
We've never done this band. The first 4 letters of the thing.
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I misspelled it.
How could you misspell the first 4 letters?
I don't know.
You did not. You're a terrible speller, but you did not misspell the first. You misspelled the first 3 letters too?
I don't know what to tell you, babe.
You didn't.
Maybe it's I don't know. I'm gonna look later because I'm sure I'm right.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong, babe.
You're
I can't be. It's impossible for me to be wrong.
Anyway, you're wrong. We don't have any Mastodon.
Impossible. Anyway, what'd you think?
Well, this was a more traditional structured song than the last couple songs we've done. So from that, it was verse, chorus. I like the sound of the chorus. I like melody. I'm a sucker for melody.
Yeah.
I like really, really good melodies.
Yep.
And that was a good melody. It wasn't a song like overall where I would listen to it over. It's not a shower song or a car song for me.
No, me neither.
But I liked it. I liked the way it sounded. Like I wouldn't mind it. Like if you had it's a mixtape song. Like if I had a mixtape of metal songs,
you'd put it in there,
and it was on there, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
And I'd enjoy it for the time that it was on the mixtape.
Mm-hmm. What's? I don't know what it was about.
Seems like I'm just taking it from the fire thing in the video.
Yeah.
But it seems like a fantastical interpretation of what happened in a big fire.
Oh, I thought it was like a war that happened.
Well,
and the fire after the war.
He uses cosmic language, the cosmic dawn of the war and all this stuff. So he uses that type of language, but it just seems like it's talking about if you look at the chorus, and then you let the title dictate the interpretation of the song. Roots remain. Like big fire comes, and then all that's left are the roots. Of, whatever.
Well, there was some people left there. Yeah, but just a small. Yeah. The stolen eye was found and given to the lost soul. Do you think so? You think this is like a remnant of people that survived?
That's probably some reference to some mythological situation or something. Maybe because Odin lost his eye, right? Odin lost his eye in a search for wisdom or something like that. His eye was poked out or whatnot.
Right.
So maybe Odin's eye was given to somebody else. I don't know. While the moon sets far and the milestones seem low. So it just seems like it's talking about a big fire. And maybe it's also talking about like a transition. Because fire is used like that way in the Bible. A lot of times it's used as a metaphor for transition. Because it clears everything out and then you have to start again. And all that I've come to lose gone so long it doesn't matter anyway. And all that time I have to come to gain will remain with me until the bitter end. And when you sit and picture me, remember sitting in the sun, dancing in the rain.
The end is not the end you see, it's just the recognition of a memory.
Right. Well, they're done. Obvious. That's what I'm saying is like the fire metaphor functions to create the transition because these two are no longer together. They're obviously done. Whether it's by death or whether it's just they're not in each other's lives anymore.
Yeah.
So, so he's saying that the end isn't the end of me or the end of you. It's just you're recognizing the memory of when you and I were done, but it's not the end of each of our lives per se.
Right.
And you have to move on, I think is the idea. So I think the fire metaphor here is just functioning because it says roots remain. So it's like no matter what type of disaster you run into in your life, you still have roots that you can build from, and there's still hope even though everything gets destroyed.
Yeah, I think that's a good message.
Wrecked in your life.
Yeah.
Which there's a one of the titles for Jesus is the stump of Jesse. Mm-hmm. Because the big tree of the nation of Israel was cut down, and there was like this stump remaining and all that.
Yeah.
We had some crazy wildfires a couple weeks ago.
In California.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a couple months ago or it was a couple weeks ago, but they were pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And depending on where you are, you run into certain type. Okay, so when I lived in Florida, it was hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yep.
And like, unless you've been in that situation, you don't really know how like apocalyptic and world-ending it is for people.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like it's a scary experience when you go through it. I remember, that we had to evacuate and go to this big school, and like everybody was in the gym.
Fun?
Well, it was fun for me because my mom was a nurse, and so she was walking around making sure everybody was good. And so because I felt like my mom was in control, I felt like everything would be okay.
Oh, that's so cute.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so you got that, and then Maine, you have the big giant ice storm that happened or whatever. And if you're in Florida or California, you can't relate to how dangerous an ice storm actually is.
Right.
Because it's actually very dangerous.
Yeah.
People died in the ice.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Most people in Maine, though, are kind of set up for it.
Well, yeah.
Wood stoves and.
But then, so I'm looking at these fires in California. I just think to myself, like, oh, it's a fire. Get out. Because if there's a fire in our house, it'd be like, oh, just get out. But
well,
you just don't think it's going to be like world. You don't think about like a fire in Maine, like engulfing.
Oh no,
everywhere.
No way, yeah.
And I'm not afraid of a fire here. I mean, it would suck.
Right.
When I think about a fire here, I think about
our apartment.
The consequences. After, like, where we're gonna live, we're gonna be in a hotel, da-da-da. I don't think for a moment that I'm gonna lose anybody.
Oh, really?
No.
You think that with this apartment?
No. I think we'd be able to get out fine. Especially the fact the kids are right in the living room. I mean, we'd have more of a problem than anybody. We're on the second floor,
Yeah, I just feel like that one of them would, like, go to the basement to get something, or, like, I just feel like nobody follows the instructions that I give them.
My point is that these California fires are not that. Like, this is something else.
Yeah.
I saw a couple videos, and there was this car driving, and everything around him was in flames. And I was like, holy shit. Because then I was like, wait a second. And I thought to myself, tires are made of rubber.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like, people die in that shit. Like, you can't comprehend, like,
and the thing is, you're probably going fast to get through it fast, but you don't know if somebody's parked right up there and you smash into them and now you're stuck in the
or a tree is falling. Like, it's like
so many things that
it is no joke.
Yeah.
And so it's just really interesting, like, depending on where you are, a song might hit you a certain way.
Oh yeah.
Because this song came on in the video and I'm like thinking about California, and I'm like, that's real for those people.
Yeah.
Like, roots remain, and then the whole concept of fire takes away every, beauty fades and all that, and like, it takes away everything from you, and you just have ash, and then you have these little roots. And I think that metaphor is crazy,
right? To
say that, hey, you know what, the roots are remaining.
Right.
That means the apocalypse hasn't really happened. You still have roots,
right?
Then that's why sometimes the Old Testament is, God says, I'm going to dig you up by the roots, because He's saying you're going to have nothing, right? So,
even when he's saying that.
Well, yeah.
Well, and then he does repent.
He'll be like, well, if you repent, I won't do it. But it's so funny. I was talking to this atheist dude, and he's like, well, how come the place wasn't completely destroyed? And it's like, not getting the point that, like, God wants to be merciful, and even though he threatens, like, complete destruction, he doesn't want to do it.
Right.
What is it, Lamentations, he doesn't malevo from his heart.
Yeah, from his heart. I remember you teaching that.
Afflict the children of men, like, he doesn't like to do it. So.
Yeah.
But a lot of this stuff, like, gets ameliorated when you start having kids. Because you say stuff as a parent.
Oh.
And then you're like, well, you just, All right. What do you give the song?
7.9.
This is a strong 7. Period for me. Well, I'll bump it up to an 8 because of the importance of the song, of the concept. Because I do think that whatever it is, a breakup, a relationship, a job, you know, like I think people, if we're interpreting it correctly, that message is important. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you might be devastated, there might be ashes, but look for any root whatsoever. And if you find it, then you can rebuild the forest and keep it moving, huh?
Yep.
All right. So, positive message. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.